This video is going to show you instructions on how to submit an exam request with the Disability Resource Center using your Accommodate account. This request is for any currently registered DRC students who have approved testing accommodations. All DRC students have access to Accommodate by logging onto your MyNewPaltz account using your NewPaltz credentials and by clicking on the Disability Resource Center link that is under the Resources tab on your left. Once you're logged into Accommodate, you're going to see this page here with the Home tab, Accommodation, Appointment, Documents, etc. To schedule an exam, you're going to click on Testing Room. And here you'll be able to view previously submitted exam requests and also submit future exam requests. If your request is still being processed, it will remain under the pending booking room requests. And if it's been approved by both the DRC and the instructor, it'll move over to approved booking requests on the right. Before you submit an exam request, there are a couple of things you need to remember. First, the DRC requires that all exam requests be submitted at least 3 business days prior to the exam date. DRC business days are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you're requesting to take an exam at a different day or time than your class, you have to receive written permission from your instructor prior to submitting your request. DRC testing hours begin at 8:30 a.m. and the latest that you can begin an exam is 4:45 p.m. Any 8 a.m. course exams will need to be requested to begin at 8:30 a.m. and all courses that begin at 5 p.m. or later will need to be requested to begin at 4:45 p.m. unless otherwise approved by your instructor. For any questions on this, please contact the DRC and ask us. So now we're going to show you how to submit an exam request using Accommodate. So you're going to look down here where it says New Booking Request and click on that. So here I'm using my test student Hermione Granger. And what you're going to do is you're going to select the course. So Hermione has an exam for Defense Against the Dark Arts. So we're going to click on that. This can look a little overwhelming, but don't worry. The date is always going to reflect the day that your class is taking the exam. So for this example, we're going to use August 26th, which is a Monday. So you're going to click that, and then it's going to say you're going to select the same date, the 26th. If you leave the time range this wide open, it's going to show you a bunch of different time slots. So I'm just going to narrow it down a little bit. We're going to say that the exam starts at 8:30 a.m. So I'm just going to narrow it down just so that it's a little less overwhelming. And right now I'm not sure what the length is, but I'm just going to use my extended time of time and a half, which is what Hermione has. And always the building is going to be Haggerty Administration Building where our office is located. Under specific accommodation required, this is going to have a drop-down list of the approved accommodations that you have. So in order to select certain ones, you will click on that little arrow and then you can check time and a half and then click back. And then whatever you're approved for here will show up. So you can click on that and then done. So on here, you'll have your separate testing location and time and a half. If you have any additional accommodations that you would like, they would be dropped down here if you're already approved for those. So I'm going to just check off. There's only one room available. It's just DRC. So you always check that off. So on the right-hand side, you'll see all the different time slots that are available. So keep in mind, the time slot that you want to pick is going to be the time that your class is taking the exam, unless it's otherwise approved by your instructor for you to take it at a different time. So in Hermione's case, her exam is at 8:30 a.m. So we're going to click on this at 8:30 a.m. It's going to ask you a few questions. I know that this is exam 1, so I'm going to just write that. If it's in a midterm exam, you can type in midterm or exam 2, however you would like to word it. This is just going to verify it's for this course. Testing date is the 26th at 8:30 a.m. Little reminder here, because my class actually starts at 8, but I'm scheduling it for 8:30 because that's when the DRC opens. Here I'm going to type in the professor's name. Make sure you type in their first and last name. is your class taking the test at the same requested day and time? And I'm going to say yes. Down here, the little notes section, for this example, 8:30 a.m. is actually a half an hour later than when the class is taking it. So I'm just going to write DRC opens at 8:30 a.m. If you have any additional notes or anything that you want to add in on there for the DRC to put in with your request, then you can just type that in. And then you click on Submit Request. And then this brings you back to the testing room page on Accommodate, and right here you'll see pending booking requests with that date on here. You can put in multiple exam requests at one time. Once they're approved by the DRC, like I said, they're going to move over to approved booking requests, and this should happen probably within 1 business day, but it could, take up to 2 business days. And that's how you submit an exam booking request. You can check back periodically on here to see if it moved to the approved booking request, but everything will be on here. You'll also receive an email verification of your exam booking request. And if you have any questions, you can contact the DRC. Our phone number is 845-257-3020. And that's it. Thank you for watching.